Alright, what is up everybody? This is Alex. This is take 3 of this for trying to put this all together. But for as many people who probably knew and saw me, I took the EOT Newsflash Network on the road this weekend to the SCG Open here in Dallas. Had a lot of fun recording with everybody. Got to record with Cedric Phillips and Jerry Thompson and CVM and all my friends that were there. And now we're here at my parents' house editing this all together, which is quite possibly the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my entire life, relatively speaking. So this is going to be rough. I lost some video. There was some corrupted video, so please bear that in mind that this is my first at bat trying to edit video, and hopefully not my last. So please give me all the feedback. Good, bad, nasty, I don't care. Do enjoy this, guys. I had a lot of fun recording this, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching this, so thanks. Okay, we're actually recording this time. Cool.
Great.
So I've got Michael, I've got Tony, and we're sitting here at the SCG Open here in Dallas, Texas, and you guys are first on the chopping block for today to play the flavor text game. Woo! So what I'm going to do with you guys is, like, I've got your guys' modern decks in front of me, and I'm going to pick a card out of the sideboard or maybe the main board or wherever I feel like it, and I'm going to have you quote the flavor text or tell me what card the flavor text is from. Okay. So we're going to start with Michael. Okay. So I've got your sideboard here. I'm going to thumb through it with one hand. It's kind of hard. And what is the flavor text on duress?
This is not a red card.
I don't know. Not a red, and it would have been focus. There we go.
I have no earthly idea. I know it casts for 1 black mana. That's
I don't
all.
care about that.
Okay.
We who decide is worthy of our words. Who is worthy of our words?
Well, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
Alright, let's try another one here. What is the flavor text on Torpor?
Standard, modern, and legacy. Also, at 2 o'clock,
Can I swear?
No, you
we have
cannot.
the Pacific Two-Headed Giant Steel tournament.
Beat ETBs? I don't know.
Two-Headed Giant Steel.
Phyrexia is certainly dangerous, but I have to admire some of its innovations.
I would not have gotten that one. We're just batting 1,000 today, boys.
Oh, yeah. Right, we're gonna give Michael a break. We go over here to Tony's deck. All right. The calligraphy of combat is written with the strokes
Monastery
of Sun and
Swiss
Blood.
Spear.
Oh!
Got him, boys.
What is the flavor text on Goblin Guy?
Trick question, there is none.
I don't know. You tell me, guy. All right, we'll try again. We'll just go to a random card. What is the flavor text on Lightning Helix?
Lightning Helix deals 3 damage to target creature or player.
You see what I'm dealing with here, guys? This is really hard.
Dude, this is hard. Like, naming the text is hard. Like, I can tell what card it is if you tell me. I know the flavor text for negate for Dragon's Tarkir word by word. I think we're close enough.
Are you playing Dragon's Tarkir against in your deck?
I wish. Then why does it matter?
It doesn't matter then. What about your guys' decks?
All
right, so clearly you guys don't know your decks.
That's true.
I'm just concluding that fact right now.
Oh yeah.
So let's play a different game now.
Cool. I like new games.
Okay, so
Are we playing Yu-Gi-Oh now?
no, we're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh. We're playing Buddy Fight Vanguard.
Yeah. I don't know that game. I'm gonna head on out.
No, this is so. If you guys listened to last week's episode, I had James and Holly on, and we played the word association game. Things got a little out of hand.
Yeah. Island Mountain. Oh no.
So we're gonna do it with you guys.
Okay.
All right. So Tony, first thing that comes to your mind when somebody says Tron Online.
Worm Coil Engine.
It's pretty good. Michael. Blood Mill.
Is that a word?
Yeah, it's a
Cool.
word.
That's my word.
Okay. Siege Rhino.
Was I at 3 before the siege rhino?
No.
What was my life total before the siege rhino?
Less than 5.
Well, boys, we're done.
It's a 4 or 5. I can't win.
It has trample.
All right.
A lot of spikes.
Crack fetch. In response, Shadow of Doubt.
Next game.
GG, boys.
All right, Thutsies.
You got it.
Take 2.
You're helping out 2 aggro decks.
And in Tony's case, it's like, ah, that's fine. Take 3 more now for bolts.
Yeah.
Mountain.
Am I playing that mountain?
Yes, you are.
Goblin guy.
There we go.
Am I playing that mountain?
I guess.
Blast?
Okay.
Capital Blast 2. Which is
Galvin Blast is
Galvanic.
1. There you go. All right, we're gonna dial it back a little bit to last season's standard. Ultimate Elspeth.
Thunder breaks go to the grave.
Board wipe, board wipe, board wipe.
Modern.
Delver.
Burn.
Goyf. Tron. Affinity.
I just like one word to encompass modern in a nutshell.
Combo.
Combo.
Powerful.
Okay. Island. Go.
Scoop. Counterspell question mark.
Is it mono blue aggro?
Fingers crossed.
Is it a really bad start for Mono Blue Tron?
Sounds like one.
Hey, Merfolk's the thing.
Curse Catcher? Okay. I think I've embarrassed you guys quite enough.
Thanks,
so
man.
Definitely keep coming on. You know, you'll probably see these guys in the background of the shot at least 10 more times a day. You guys have any, like this would be like a compilation of interviews all day. Give me like you guys, like give me something to go off on here.
Go Blockhouse?
Shameless promotion, of course. Okay.
Bye.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, I'm Zach, that guy who plays.
Whoa, I get to intro you?
No, you said I get the intro myself. Go
I
ahead.
didn't say that. I'm going to intro you.
Cool.
All right. So for anybody who doesn't know who this guy is, I've been trying to get him on the show for probably the past 3 or 4 weeks now. A long enough time. But this is GP Oklahoma City champion, the Lantern of Insight himself, Zach Phillips. And he's just going to give us like a quick rundown of winning the GP, playing Lantern Control, this deck that I don't honestly know how it works because it makes my head hurt, honestly.
You're not the only one, so.
So I'm just going to give like Zach free rein on this, just let him talk about whatever he wants to. The hat is always on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is in honor of the League of Legends Worlds happening today, so I had to wear it. Also Halloween, so why not, right?
Okay, we got a costume.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So yeah, Zach, talk to us about Lantern Control. I mean, you were going to play a different deck before the GP, is that correct?
I was considering playing Protean Hulk combo because I love that deck a lot. It gets free wins, it's strong, a lot of people don't know about it. They think it loses a creature removal when it doesn't. So we decided to scrap that last minute because my friend wanted to play it. Played Lantern because the results showed that it was highly consistent. Deck is great, played it, and it worked out for me, so that's always good.
Cool.
I had a lot of aggressive matchups throughout the day on day one. Lots of affinity, Vistra Seer doing the collected company combo stuff. That was everywhere. Even played against Tron, which is a tricky matchup. Managed to avoid Twin the whole day up until the finals, but Twin is actually a very strong matchup from what I found. So even went against Burn day one, and that was rough because if they got the good stuff in the opening hand, then you kind of just lose. But yeah. So
yeah, kind of break down the deck for anybody who doesn't know what Lantern Control actually is attempting to do. What are the key cards of it?
All right, so the concept's pretty simple. It's playing off of this really weird card, which says both players play with the top card of the library revealed. The reason that's important is because you get to see what they draw, and with a few other mill effects, because you run 8 of those, you get to choose what they draw. Turns out a lot of decks, regardless of format, kind of lose when they don't draw anything good. Because you can guess that if you only draw lands for the rest of the game, which happens without my deck being played, you just kind of lose. And we can remove a lot of their threats by playing a second card that pairs well called Ensnaring Bridge. That stops creatures from attacking because we don't have a hand, creatures can't attack. So now all the creatures in their deck are dead, their lands don't hurt us, and they have creature removal, which we don't care about. That's very few cards left in most decks to actually answer and beat or win through the lock, if it were.
Yeah.
Because how do most modern decks win? They attack you with creatures.
Sure. And
Even infinite creatures.
Yeah, infinite creatures. I know all about that. Now you mentioned a lot that you just have no hand a lot of the time.
Right.
So a lot of cards have either 1 or 0 or just at the most 3 casting costs.
Right.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, the average cost I think is 1.2. Someone calculated it, which is whatever. I got 17 lands, I have a whole bunch of cards that cost 1, including stuff like Thoughtseize, Ancient Stirrings, Surgical is free, and then you have 3 Spell Skies, 2 Abrupt Decays, so that's 5, and then 4 Ensnaring Bridges, and that's it. Those are the only things that are expensive, which means it's really easy to empty out your hand most of the time. When you really can't, you can Inquisition yourself if you need to. I've done that a few times, but the deck has a lot of angles, and it's pretty entertaining. So
sounds pretty good.
Yep. Once the lock happens, a lot of people think this deck takes a while to finish games because you're like, well, now I gotta wait a whole bunch of turns. But when neither player has to do anything on their turns go really quick.
Sure.
It's like 5 seconds or less for each player. Games end really quickly, even though it feels like it takes forever because of number of turns. So.
Yeah, and now you mentioned that there's actually a lock in this deck, so it's not just, is it actually the act of having the cards revealed and you just mill whatever you want, or is there actually like a lock, you're not winning this game at all points?
Some people call it a lock, some people don't. They say Ensnaring Bridge is a lock because it stops creatures.
Okay.
I call it a hard lock when you have 3 mill rocks. 4 is like the hardest, but when you have 3, that means on their turn when they draw their irrelevant card and they see a really good card on top, you get 3 mill effects during their end step. You get to untap and you get 3 more. So that's a total of 7 cards in a row. What are the odds that you get 7 cards that kill me?
Every turn cycle,
And because of that, even though it's technically a soft lock, the odds are, I don't know, maybe 0.05% or something ridiculous. Maybe not that small, but it never comes up. It's never happened, and so I consider it a hard lock.
Okay.
But to prevent someone from drawing anything relevant or playing cards, you've locked them out of the game.
Awesome, awesome. So you mentioned Surgical Extraction, and that's a card that I personally hate playing against out of main decks. What's the craziest thing you've surgically extracted from someone's deck?
Ooh,
I was like fetch lands, because that's a big one.
Fetch lands are rare because normally I don't care about mana. Typically use Surgical to snapcast your target because that's annoying, or they cast their 1 of Abrupt Decay or Call Against Command, you get rid of that for the rest of the game, so that's good. But I found Surgicaling, I guess the craziest play was Surgicaling the Misty Rainforest against BBD in the finals of OKC, because I didn't expect that to go the way that it did. A lot of people were a bit confused why that happened, and to clear that up, Surgicals are cool because not only do you get to get rid of a card, you get to see their hand. When you see their hand and what they draw, you get to make better decisions.
Absolutely.
So when I cut Gitaxian Probes from my deck, I need still a way to see their hand, which is why I use Surgical on his turn 2. Because I knew immediately I was going to get a Misty Rainforest because he had 1 in his hand and 1 in the grave. But when he dispelled it, I'm like, well, there's got to be a reason you want to keep that one. We'll cast the second Surgical, which could have saved it for a Snapcaster, but it probably won't come up. I really need to see what's in your hand. And so I did. And then from that point, I had Lantern and Shredder, and we were good to go. So,
yeah. I read the run of that matchup, and it went to 3 games, didn't it?
It did go to 3 games.
So, I mean, as a Splinter player, I like knowing that I've got game against you, but just this thing is just so absurd to play against.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And like the sideboard is also pretty goofy. You've got some cards in here that a lot of people probably have never seen before. In particular, like there's Sun Droplet in the deck.
Yeah.
Which
they've seen Pyroclasm, Needle, Grafdigger's Cage. Those are common.
Sure.
Sun Droplets are awkward because against Burn, it can gain about 2 life. Or 1 life each turn, which adds up to about 2. That kind of sets your life total. Welding Jar is one that kind of popped up in Affinity, but it's really good in this deck because when they bring in their abrupt decay or their artifact removal, you just 1-for-1 answer with a welding jar.
Sure.
It fixes it. But other than that, everything's pretty solid. I've still been playing with some flex slots on the sideboard.
Okay.
So there's more exciting things to come.
There's a reason I'm not pinning down to look at the sideboard because you got some secret stuff for us we can't talk about right now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm trying out Blood Moon today, and it's great.
Blood Moon, guys.
It's the card that gets cast on me, yet I want to play it because it's pretty good.
That seems fine.
When it can lock out entire Modern decks and they don't see it coming, that's a good card.
Judge Andrew Wilson, please report.
And by good card, I mean a ridiculous card.
Yeah, it's a very good card. All right, and so we've also got Austin sitting here next to us, who wanted to be in this segment because he is also building Lantern Control.
Yeah.
So as the master of the Lantern, what would you give to Austin and anybody else who's building this deck? Like, what's the biggest tip you can give somebody about playing Lantern Control?
I've had this question asked a lot, and the biggest tip I can give is you want to play a lot of games with the expectation that you can win every game. Because that's really hard, obviously, winning every game of Magic you play. But the deck is designed in such a way that percentage-wise, you're going to win most of the games, 80, 90+%, if you can figure it out. And there's a lot of weird, hard lines of play, such as not casting Ancient Stirrings on turn 1 because you need to see what you're playing against, or correctly using Academy Runes, or surgically your own cards to create a shuffle effect and get rid of those thought seizes you don't want. There's a lot of weird things that happen, but if you play with the expectation that you can win every game and kind of think back on what you're doing, you'll see the lines of play and the deck just kind of grows on you and you get better at it. So it's a tough one.
It's a deck for masochists is what I've realized.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, awesome, yeah. Thanks for being on the show today, Zach. Thanks for Austin coming on and sitting in and listening to the master talk about it. But yeah, if you guys want to play Lantern Control, please don't. I won't like you. I will unfriend you. I will unfollow you.
It can't be that bad to play against. I've actually never played against it, so I have no idea.
Yeah, what is the mirror like, do you think?
I have no idea. I don't even want to worry about it.
Absolutely.
It's got to be terrible.
Miserable. Well, awesome, Zach. Appreciate you coming on, and good luck on this tournament today.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is Split Second Round 1 with Dylan. All right, Dylan, what is the best card in Modern right now? Go.
Best card in Modern right now? I really think it's Cool Against Command.
Cool Against Command? Excellent. What is the best deck in Modern right now?
Best deck? Right now, today, it seems like Infect is actually doing a lot of good work.
Infect? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
Okay, that's great. I don't like Infect. What card should be banned in Modern?
Snapcaster.
What card should be unbanned in Modern?
I would like Deathray Shaman.
Awesome. Split Second, resolved. Done. All right, awesome. Round 2 Newsflash?
Round 2 Newsflash.
Here we go. This is Split Second Round 2 with James and Autry. All right, guys, what should be banned in Modern right now? Go.
Call Against Command.
No, I feel like Spellskite does a lot.
Actually, no, not that.
It's on M1
Okay,
every set.
unbanned in Modern, go.
Bloodbraid Elf.
Bloodbraid Elf.
All right.
Bloodbraid Elf.
Best card in Modern, go.
Jace Vern's Prodigy.
Awesome. Split Second, over. All right, this is Split Second Round 3. Let's do it with Hal. What is the worst card in Modern?
Lantern of Insight.
Note that Zach is right there. All right, what is the worst deck in Modern?
You can probably say mine.
Oh, man, I have to say, man, I don't know.
There's a lot of bad decks.
I know, there's so many bad decks. Living End is pretty bad.
Okay, all right. Jund versus Obzon, who wins?
Right now, if they have Lingering Souls, probably Obzon.
All right, and what card should be banned in Modern?
Probably Jace Vern's Prodigy.
Okay, glad I'm mighty today. All right, Hal, appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Okay, we got to go in this time for Split Second Round 4. All right, awesome. We're going to do it with CVM. What is the worst card in Modern right now?
The worst card in Modern?
Yes. Okay. Best card in Modern?
Snapcaster Mage.
Awesome. Should be unbanned in Modern?
Unbanned? Green Sun Zenith.
Okay, cool. And what should be banned in Modern?
Well, Summer Bloom really should be banned, but if you're going to unban Green Sun Zenith, you have to ban Dryad Arbor.
Okay, all right, you heard it here first with CVM. All right, so here we go. This is going to be split second round 5. We're going to do it with Steven. What is the worst card in Modern?
Ooh, Lightning Bolt.
What card should be unbanned in Modern?
Chase the Mind Sculptor.
Yes. What is the best deck in Modern?
Taking turns.
Taking turns. There you go, with Steven. All right, so this is round 6 of Split Second with Jason Blackmore. What is the worst card in Modern?
Lantern of Insight.
That's 2 votes for that. All right, Abzan versus Jund. Who wins?
Who?
Abzan versus Jund.
Abzan.
Why?
Lingering Souls.
Okay, good. Merfolk, yay or nay?
No, I love to play Jund, and I hate Merfolk.
You beat me last, like 2 weeks ago. What should be unbanned in Modern?
Bloodbraid Elf for sure, and if you get another one, Deathrite Shaman.
Says the Jund player.
We're going to lose because of Jason. All right, what should be banned in Modern?
Attention Modern Open players.
Okay, I love to play this card, but make it really interesting. Lightning Bolt.
So that was CVM's answer to the glue that holds the format together. So you want to destroy the format. All right, thanks, Jason. Okay, so this is going to be round 8 of Split Second, and we're going to do it with a level 2 judge. Ben Johnson, what is the worst card in Modern?
Spellskite.
Okay. Who wins in a back alley brawl? Sakura Tribe-Elder or Glistener Elf?
Sakura Tribe-Elder tries to block this stuff, but just kind of falls over dead.
Okay. What card should be banned in Modern?
None.
Okay, that's fair. What card should be unbanned in Modern?
Hypergenesis.
Sure. What's the strangest judge call you've ever gotten? This could be a parable.
Can I do one that I have actually asked for,
sure,
as opposed to gotten?
Yeah, absolutely.
Judge, can you give this money to that guy?
Were you cheating?
No, I was a spectator.
Oh, okay. So that was second, but Ben, thanks. Okay, more Split Second with Tanner. Hi, Tanner.
Hello.
Who would win in our back alley brawl? Snapcaster Mage or Young Pyromancer?
Snapcaster Mage.
Best deck in the Modern format?
Tarmo Twin.
Worst deck in the format?
Lantern.
Lantern.
Card that should be unbanned in Modern?
Ancestral Recall.
Card that should be banned in Modern?
Ancestral Recall.
I'm done with this. All right, so we have got Cedric Phillips here on the show finally, and we're going to play the Split Second game with him. So Cedric Phillips, what is the worst card in Modern?
This is harder than I thought it was going to be. Is Scornful Egotist legal? Probably not.
I don't know. I've gotten that twice today, actually, so far.
Okay. The creature that has negative power. Char Rumbler. That's a little pushy. Char Rumbler.
Char Rumbler resolves. Okay. What is the best card in Modern?
Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage?
To be honest.
That is the correct answer. That's what we're going for. What is the best deck in Modern?
After watching coverage today with 8 rounds right now in Dallas, I think it's Grixis Control, but I am also pretty sure there is no best deck.
Okay, that's fair. All right. If there's a card in Modern right now that should be banned, what should it be?
Like I should be.
Multiple cards if there's,
That's a good question. I think my answer to that would be Summer Bloom.
Okay.
Does not promote anything healthy.
Right, absolutely. Not even like choke or anything like that.
No, those hate cards are. Those hate cards or whatever.
I mean, you play mountains a lot. I need some help here.
I think Summer Bloom is probably the most unhealthy card. I don't think Amulet's particularly unhealthy. I think it's Summer Bloom.
I agree with that because you can still play Amulet in a deck and do something slightly degenerate.
Yeah, there's nothing healthy at all about Summer Bloom.
All right, cool. A card that could be unbanned that could see all play in Modern. What would it be for you?
Green Sun Xena. I think that's fine. I also think that they can unban Bloodbraid Elf and it'd be perfectly fine.
Okay.
I've
heard Green Sun Xena a lot today. So
yeah. Those are like the only two. I would not unban Deathrite Shaman. I would not unban Ancestral Vision, Jace. None of that stuff.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. We already did who would win in a We did the back alley brawl question yet?
No.
No. Okay. This has been a fun one so far today. So, who wins in the back alley brawl? Snapcaster Mage or Young Pyromancer? Abilities aside, they're gonna
looking
brawl.
at the two of them.
They're gonna brawl. Yeah.
Well, Young Pyromancer, right? Because they can make fire.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't need any help. It can just make fire. Where Snapcaster Mage like needs help.
He's got that cannon on his arm though, right?
I'm not impressed with the cannon. I'm impressed with fire.
Okay.
I like fire. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the guy who can make fire.
All right. That's fair. All right. And so last question. You've been doing the coverage for how many years? I couldn't even get an accurate number count.
It's 2015. I'm going to 2016. So, like full time, I've been doing it for I'd say almost 4 years now, which is insane to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen on camera?
Seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously,
insane
in my time.
Top decks, insane plays, but just like mind-boggling anything on camera.
I think the most insane thing that I've seen on camera was Tom Ross in the top 8 of Grand Prix New Jersey with Infect, where he had to a strong, but he shifted to regular damage and killed his opponent from 21.
I've seen those replay.
Yeah, against Blue Red Lance. So the name of the player that he did this to is escaping me, unfortunately. It's a best of SCG Live moment, and it's just kind of watching Tom's gears turn to just go like, all right, Infect's not going to work. I have to go to regular damage, but he's at 21, and then get all the way there, and it's in the top 8 of a Grand Prix. That's probably the craziest thing I've seen.
Okay, I remember seeing that a couple times, so yeah, it's definitely a good moment. And just watching him play, and I've sat next to him one time, and I was terrified just sitting next to him. Like that Stone Cold Sphinx gaze he's got is unreal.
A serious guy at the table.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that does it for the split second with Cedric Phillips. We've kind of gone over the split second, but I certainly appreciate it. Your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be probably the last split-second interview of the day, but we have the one, the only, Jerry Thompson.
Yo, what's going on?
All right, Jerry. Snapcaster Mage and Young Pyromancer meet in a back alley, and they got to fight. All abilities on the cards aside, who wins that fight?
Well, Pyromancer has the most friends, and I think that's pretty important in a back alley fight, you know?
Okay, all right, that's fair, that's fair. Those are lighthearted questions. So, what's the worst card in Modern right now?
Like, that people play?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Whatever Cedric plays, probably. Urza's Tower.
Well, he said Scornful Egotist, and I wasn't sure about that one.
People don't play that card.
Apparently Cedric does.
Okay, sure. Well, he can do whatever he wants.
It's okay. All right. What is the best deck in Modern? Your perspective, of course.
Jund, probably. Best deck in a vacuum. Very boring. Very boring answer.
I just crushed it. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, it can lose. It can lose.
Yeah. Loses to Keranos real good.
That's true. Gotta unravel that Aether.
Yeah, he didn't. Somebody said Scout from Existence on it, and I just went, 7 mana.
That's a little deep.
A little deep.
3-man that one.
Always. All right. A card that could be banned in Modern right now that would just make the format a million times better.
Lightning Bolt.
CVN said the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Card that could be unbanned and make the format better.
I don't know about that one. All the stuff on the ban list is scary. Like Green Sun Zenith, maybe?
That's the one I get the most. I heard Hypergenesis very jokingly. I've heard Bloodbraid Elf jokingly. Ancestral Visions, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Zenith. Zenith would be a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that one. All right, now you've been doing the coverage for Cedric. He's been doing it about 4 or 5 years, and you've been doeen it for about the same amount of time?
Well, not as much as Cedric, obviously. This is my 3rd show officially, but I've been streaming a little bit, and I've subbed in like on various rounds and stuff. So.
Okay, cool. So, in all the time doing this, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen, you know? Aside from insane top decks or just crazy plays, like just flat out, what the hell just happened?
I don't know. So there was a moment in, I think, the top 4 of the first show I did, and it was with Cedric, where some stuff happened in Legacy. You know, obviously some weird stuff happens there. But there was like a judge call, and there was like, we had to take like a 15-minute break after everything. I don't remember the specifics, but yeah, don't go watch that. That's bad.
Okay, so it's so bad we can't even watch it anymore. It's that bad.
It's probably up there somewhere, but you know.
So it's not more like a mind blowing. It's just sort of like a head scratching.
Yeah, just
why
like
did that
what
just
the hell?
happen?
I don't know. How is that my life?
Yeah, I can get behind that. Well, I know you gotta get back to coverage, so that's been the split second with Jerry Thompson. Appreciate you coming on. Yeah. And I'll tweet the link to you and you can check it out.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Josh, go. Best thing about the Open.
The best thing? People played Magic horribly.
Awesome.
That wasn't 2 words.
That was me. That was me.
Yes. Happy and yes.
Happy and yes. Good job, go.
2 words.
Jonathan?
Yes.
That's all.
Oh, 2 words. Okay, all right.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Damn smooth.
Yes.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Efficient.
All right, you heard it here first, guys.